from the fog.
Everything is normal around here. Do I look suspicious? Don't look innocent. Do you want to make a trade?
If our printer was slain by the OC one.
Welcome. I think they know. Don't look suspicious. Welcome. Everything is normal around here. Everything is normal around here. Don't look
If our printer was
suspicious.
slain by the OC one.
I think it's fine. I shouldn't have said that. Don't look suspicious out there. Oh. Welcome. What do you want? Don't everything is normal. Wait. Everything is not. I think they figured it out. Damn. Do I look so
If our printer was slain by the man from the fog.
I shouldn't have said that. Everything is normal.
If our printer was slain by building terminating well, the unauthorized a lot you were trying to do, it didn't work.
Everything is normal around here. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I shouldn't have said that. Everything is normal around here.
If our printer was slain by calming Weller.
Don't look suspicious. Hello there. Oh, hello there. Hello, my fellow casual. Hello there. I'm in customer. I think it's fine. Do I look suspicious? Are they on to me? Hello there. Oh. Better look normal.
If our printer was slain by the knocker I saw what you were trying to do, it didn't work.
Do you have anything for me? This costume is way pretty. What are you... What are you like? To get the desktop? What are you like? I shouldn't have said that. This costume is way too intimate. I think it's funny. Do you have anything for me? Do you want to make it so you have anything for me? Everything is normal around here. What do you want? Do I look suspicious? Hello there. No, you're not. Better look normal. Hello there. Oh. Do you want to make it rain? I shouldn't have said that. What do you want?
Binocular, I like watching you from here. You look so small.
Hello, my fellow casualty. I'm impressed around here. Do you mind? Desktop? I have a couple of great deals for you. Victor Echo.
Heartbringer fell out of Wolf was slain by sheep mimic dweller. The Heartbringer fell out of the world.
Do you have anything for me?
Wolf was slain by Iron Golem mimic dweller.
Everything is normal around here. Don't look suspicious. What do you want?
Players cannot be killed while they are in creative mode. Killed entity Panisk's underscore dwellers player underscore utility name villager mimic dweller pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller pig mimic dweller villager mimic dweller boat with chest bird boat with chest pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller villager mimic dweller pig mimic dweller villager mimic dweller boat villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller bird villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller boat villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller big mimic dweller big mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller big mimic dweller cow mimic dweller cow mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller villager mimic dweller lead bird sheep mimic dweller pig mimic dweller villager mimic dweller villager mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller bird pig mimic dweller sweet berries pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sweet berries sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller pig mimic dweller sheep 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 mimic dweller pig mimic dweller bird hanging skeleton emerald sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller zombie hanging skeleton cow mimic dweller pig mimic dweller pig mimic dweller cow mimic dweller pig mimic dweller cow mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller dandelion creeper sheep mimic dweller lead sheep mimic dweller experiencer sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller cow mimic dweller villager mimic dweller pig mimic dweller sheep mimic dweller golem mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, poppy, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, experience orb, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, creeper, sheep mimic dweller, iron golem mimic dweller, wandering trader mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, entity paniscase underscore dwellers player underscore utility name, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, hanging skeleton, hanging skeleton, hanging skeleton, hanging skeleton, hanging skeleton, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, painting, hanging skeleton, sheep mimic dweller, iron golem mimic dweller, white wolf, sheep mimic dweller piece, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, hanging skeleton, painting, cow mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, wolf, phone, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, hanging skeleton, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, prismarine bricks, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cobblestone, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, hanging skeleton, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, hanging skeleton, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, lime concrete, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, cow mimic dweller, idler grinner, sand, cow mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, grass block, grass block, grass block, hanging skeleton, sheep mimic dweller, light blue concrete, sheep mimic dweller, sand, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, grass block, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, cobblestone, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller piece, carrot, experience orb, grass block, sugar, skeleton, grass block, pig mimic dweller trophy, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, spider, pig mimic dweller, grass block, sheep mimic dweller, mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, brown concrete, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sugar, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cat, white concrete, experience or, white concrete, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, experience or, pig mimic dweller, enchanted golden apple, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, grass block, pig mimic dweller, white concrete, wolf, brown concrete, enchanted golden apple, wolf, netherite axe, netherite big cakes, netherite axe, pig mimic dweller, netherite big cakes, diamond big cakes, wolf, netherite big cakes, experience or, pig mimic dweller, netherite hook, netherite shovel, netherite axe, sheep mimic dweller, sugar, netherite sword, pig mimic dweller, enchanted golden apple, netherite sword, enchanted golden apple, netherite big cakes, sheep mimic dweller, netherite sword, chest, wolf, netherite sword, netherite hook, sheep mimic dweller, netherite hook, netherite sword, netherite shovel, netherite big cakes, diamond sword, netherite axe, netherite shovel, experience sword, sheep mimic dweller, diamond axe, netherite axe, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, cat, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, wolf, pig mimic dweller, cat, wolf, leash knot, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, enchanted golden apple, villager mimic dweller trophy, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, horse, iron golem mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, spruce thorn, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, camel, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, experience or, sheep mimic dweller, leash knot, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, donkey, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, experience or, sugar, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, experience or, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, bread, lump, pig mimic dweller, leash knot, milk bucket, sheep mimic dweller, leash knot, sheep mimic dweller, armor stand, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cat, sheep mimic dweller, armor stand, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, skeleton horse, pig mimic dweller, experience or, armor stand, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, leash knot, pig mimic dweller, iron hoe, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, wolf, carrot on a stick, armor stand, lump, cat, leash knot, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller trophy, experience or, armor stand, cow mimic dweller, donkey, cat, sheep mimic dweller, experience or, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, milk bucket, sheep mimic dweller, drowned, armor stand, horse, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, experience or, pig mimic dweller, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, armor stand, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, peace, pig mimic dweller, skeleton horse, pig mimic dweller, iron golem mimic dweller, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, Romatin, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, skeleton horse, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, wolf, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, painting, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, cat, wolf, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, skeleton horse, wolf, wolf, pig mimic dweller, dark oak sign, oak pressure plate, wolf, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, 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 strip dark oak log, wolf, pig mimic dweller, acacia door, stripped oak log, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, painting, sheep mimic dweller, wolf, villager mimic dweller, wolf, cow mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, painting, armor stand, sheep mimic dweller, stripped oak log, acacia door, stripped dark oak log, sheep mimic dweller, experience orb, cat, sheep mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, iron golem mimic dweller, trident, white wolf, wolf, sheep mimic dweller, experience orb, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, cat, wolf, wolf, from mutton, bread, cow mimic dweller, strip dark oak log, sheep mimic dweller, carrot, pig mimic dweller, strip dark oak log, sheep mimic dweller, 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 cow mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, torch, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, experience orb, sheep mimic dweller, experience orb, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, muffin, white wolf, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, carrot on a stick, boat with chest, cow mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, redstone dust, gunpowder, sugar, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, carrot on a stick, cow mimic dweller, armor stand, wolf, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager 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 mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, saddle, pig mimic dweller piece, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, experience or fled, sheep mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, iron ingot, lever, experience orb, sheep mimic dweller, trident, villager mimic dweller, experience orb, pig mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, experience orb, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, dark oak log, fox, redstone dust, villager mimic dweller, redstone dust, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, experience orb, dark oak log, pig mimic dweller, dark oak log, 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 sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, redstone dust, villager mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, pig mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, strip dark oak log, dark oak log, dark oak log, dark oak log, trident, sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, redstone dust, dark oak log, dark oak log, dark oak log, rotten flesh, pig mimic dweller, rotten flesh, villager mimic dweller, minecart, minecart, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, cow mimic dweller, dark oak log, bread, dark oak log, iron golem, dark oak log, experience orb, sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, cow mimic dweller, dark oak log, sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, experience orb, pig mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, zombie, dark oak log, big mimic dweller trophy, big mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, carrot on a stick, zombie, dark oak log, big mimic dweller, cow mimic dweller, sheep mimic dweller, poppy, villager mimic dweller, iron ingot, dark oak log, iron golem mimic dweller, big mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, cow, zombie, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, strip, dark oak log, sheep mimic dweller, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, trident, dark oak log, arrow, dark oak log, cow mimic dweller, dark oak log, cow mimic dweller, strip, dark oak log, cow mimic dweller, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, strip, dark oak log, big mimic dweller, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, iron golem mimic dweller, strip, dark oak log, iron golem mimic dweller, dark oak log, experience orb, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, rotten flesh, dark oak log, cat, dark oak log, iron golem mimic dweller, dark oak log, experience orb, strip, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, strip, dark oak log, villager mimic dweller, dark oak log, arrow, iron golem mimic dweller, bone, iron golem mimic dweller, dark oak log, armor stand, iron golem mimic dweller, armor stand, arrow, villager mimic dweller, iron golem mimic dweller, sand, dark oak log, big mimic dweller, dark oak log, sandstone, sand, rotten flesh, sand, dark oak log, sand, villager mimic dweller, experience orb, trident, sandstone, dark oak log, sand, sandstone, fox, axolotl, experience orb, villager mimic dweller, sand, gunpowder, leather pants, rotten flesh, armor stand, big mimic dweller, sandstone, fox, trident, sandstone, experience orb, sandstone, big mimic dweller, iron golem mimic dweller, big mimic dweller, villager mimic dweller, carrot, bread, torch, trident,